Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, and my name is Ronald Wekwamakusha. Top Triple C ally has been axed by the Mnangagwa regime from Zim Trade Board, simply supporting Nelson Chamisa. So Professor Gift Mugano was sitting on a board of Zim Trade, and he has been removed from that board ASAP, but reasons were not actually cited as they are. So Professor Gift Mugano said, fired from the Zim Trade Board by the appointing authority before the end of my term. This is part of the strategies of government of Zimbabwe aimed at silencing alternative voices. It will not work on me. Zimbabwe is for us all, and our views matters. Professor Gift Mugano has been trending in the last few months for simply holding Mnangagwa and the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe accountable. He's one of the people who have given suggestions to the government of Zimbabwe to say, these policies you are implementing are wrong. You have to do A, B, C, D instead. But the government of Zimbabwe kept on refusing to take that advice, and he clearly indicated that he was now supporting Advocate Nelson Chamisa in this government. And if you take a look on what is happening right now, every person who supports Nelson Chamisa is being paid. Every person who supports Nelson Chamisa is being attacked. And that is the strategy which is being implemented right now by the government. So the firing of Professor Mugano from Zim Trade Board is so interesting. This is the letter to Zimbabwe, which was actually directed to Professor Gift Mugano from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And it reads, notice of termination of office on Zim Trade Board. And these are the contents which are right here onto the screen. So we need to and read. It says, I wish to inform you that the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade has terminated your membership from the Zim Trade Board in terms of Article 10 of the Constitution of Zim Trade, as read with Section 16 of the Public Entities and Corporate Governance Act, Chapter 1031. The termination is with immediate effect. I wish to thank you for the services rendered to the board and the ministry, and to wish you well in your future endeavors. And it was signed by Ambassador J. Manzo, the Secretary for Foreign Affairs and International Trade. So, it's said that you see people who are siding with Nelson Chamisa being paid for simply supporting a certain political direction. Dr. Walter Mzimbi weighed in and said, interestingly, when appointments to boards are made, they refer to the president as having made the appointments. A minister unilaterally cannot fire a board member. This is unprocedural, irregular, if not illegal, and can be challenged as a precedent against abuse of office. This is what is Dr. Walter Mzimbi is saying. He's actually saying that this can be challenged, and he's saying that this was unprocedural. So according to him, he says President Mnangagwa was the one who was supposed to remove Professor Mugano. Okay, so the PEMSEC is accounting officer for the ministry can read Section 16.2 of the Governance Act. There is obviously background consultations. Okay, so if the PEMSEC can, why is it that the same PEMSEC said the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Because it's very important for us to not to be out of context. Yes, Wellington, you have cited something, but you are saying the PEMSEC can. But what about the minister? Because the letter says minister. So Zanda Totos, Prof, you got your freedom back to become a cheerleader without inhibitions. Okay. So this is what Zanda Toto says. I invite you to the online debate where we participate as a speaker. Okay, this is something else different here. They fired you for incompetence, remember? Okay. Incompetence. If it's about incompetence, then Tuli Ngube, who is worse, would have gone so long ago. So Peter give him task they are a crazy load. That is why Zimbabwe will not develop. Because those with intellectual capacity are sidelined while praise singers without capacity are preferred. It is always better to be principles than losing morals for few favors. Okay. Ganze, what did you achieve in the board? Did the country benefit from your service? I have seen contributions of Professor Mugano. I've seen him giving suggestions to how things should be done. And every time his suggestions are implemented, you see something different. You see things being done differently. So it's very important to note. So, Anzi, no one is silenced you. Zvangonzi taurai musiri board chete. Was being on the board the charger to your mouth? Okay. Zvanzi Zimbabweans are rough. So it is what it is. Look at it this way. It could be worse. At least you don't have some loudmouth tweeting with no foundation that you have been fired for corruption. Imagine having to deal with that nonsense and everything else. Okay. All right. Sukanze, I also think he should see it as a fair outcome. If your views don't align with the appointing authority, it's best to part ways. He can still speak as he has been doing all along. No, his views, his political views, and his contributions to the board are two things. Remember, I can be a supporter of a particular party, but when it comes to service delivery and discharge of my duties, I have to do what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't believe that we have to agree with the appointing authority each and every time. That is the reason why you see the government of Zimbabwe is failing, because every minister, every person appointed must toe the line of the appointing authority. You are not allowed to bring innovation. You are not allowed to bring your own ideas. You are not allowed to do things. You are told what to do. That is the problem we have. So that is the reason why you see failure happening each and every time, because unenge mchiitiswa, and at the end of the day, so it is what it is. I don't know what you think. Kino Chamisa ally, Professor Gift Mugano, fired from Zim Trade Board, and ndozviripo hapana kutamba. Sisi tiri kungoita wakaprofesa zvenyu zvanaka. You have to focus now and do what is meaningful for yourself. I believe change will come to the nation of Zimbabwe, and all this mess shall end